everybody, this is Salvi here with the VTuber news coming right up for you. Before that, of course, smash that subscribe button, hit that bell, and the like button as well, and let's get right into it. She is returning, and this has gotten a lot of people confused as we're talking about Nyana Banyanya, who switched on to become, well, at least a lot of people think she's Ananyabis because of the voice and everything like that. This is one of the worst kept secrets in VTuber history, one of them, because a lot of people already knew, you know, she did the whole fishman hitting her with Truck-kun when she was Nyana Banyanya, so this is pretty much a given. What they're talking about now is this. In her here, as it actually shows here, says coming back soon. We don't know exactly what this means, but a lot of people are like, what? Thought she was going to be graduated. She joined FaZe, had a religious psychosis, and delayed her FaZe debut, then debuted as Ananyabis. That second part is very much alleged. We don't know what happened, but she did take a little bit of a break. It was a personal situation. This is just someone, you know, throwing maybe stuff at the wall, see what sticks. Jenna's sure if you're kidding about the religious psychosis part. If you're not, then goddamn, I hope she's okay. Mental breakdown and kind of forayed into religious psychosis type S. I don't know how they know all that stuff, but let's continue on. She went to try acupuncture as a novelty, and they ended up damaging nerves in her back. Her back was in constant pain, and she could not sleep because sleep deprived to the point she began suffering from psychosis and mental delusions. Oh, okay, so there was a little bit of background behind it. She had to get medical bed and such. She never went back to the cheery person she was before. Shame. One of the prevailing issues she had right before FaZe. Don't think people had any attention to it. Really changed her fundamentally. Read yesterday about a guy who got paralyzed, locked-in syndrome after visiting a chiropractor. So there was some danger there. This is all alleged because I'm not sure if there's very much proof of it. Because maybe any posts that were done about that are probably been deleted. And it says coming back soon. It says we don't know Jack S for sure, but it might actually be, it may indeed be that this isn't working out, at least based on available metrics. First was her delayed graduation due to complete mental breakdown and religious psychosis. Someone else mentioned. I don't want to speculate on what her condition is. I have a few suspicions. People do have a few suspicions here. Since I researched the subject a lot, symptoms were quite worrying if they are recurrent. This doesn't mean that she can't be a successful FaZe streamer. Did cast a shadow on her debut, which is mentioned delayed about 3 months. Before all this, Banyanya was supposed to be the biggest signee for FaZe Saga generation. She was rising indie star who came out of Flavor Collective, a group that willed itself into existence purely as a prank on Pippa Pipkin, or Pipkin Pippa, who had come up from original concept. Nyana Banyanya was a FaZe superfan who made it to FaZe, 70k plus subs and rising fast. Seemed like she could have been plausible to go anywhere, not just FaZe. So on paper, before the delay, there was going to be at least a breakout. That's one of the things that the delay did affect her. Just going to be honest, the delay did affect her a lot. In the sense that it took away any steam from what she would have had. She probably would have grown a lot more if she didn't have the delay. But if it was for the mental situation that she had before, your mental situation, your mental health is always more important than even breaks like this. And it says, at least one breakout star from that gen was going to be her. Now, Ananyabis is immediately unrecognizable. When FaZe Saga dropped without her, the main breakout star was immediately Nitya Nil, the South African crocodile. Yeah, she was a big star in the whole thing. She still is. Wasn't going to prelude Anya from succeeding, though. Multiple breakout stars. In fact, Anya's debut had 111,000 views as a VOD, the highest of any VOD in her generation. However, since Anya's debut, though, there's been some stats, and it has Nitya, BB, Wilhelmina, Anya, Sinon, and Malice. Okay, so it's a little behind. She's not doing bad. She's not last. Plus, she started later. It's getting a bit oversaturated anyways. What about Twitch? Anya does stream there too, right? Although she streamed a bunch on Twitch. She has 7,900 followers on it, and this doesn't put her in the last in the group, but the distribution is in line with YouTube subs. Needs a group with 20k subs there. YouTube appears to be still the main outlet for everyone. So let's look at FaZe Saga Super Chat totals, and then you have Super Chat totals here. Need to get 37.9k, and Anya getting 4.6k. Keep in mind that your monetization stream is usually going to be the biggest stream of your first year. This does look to be just the where, you know, it's monetization, that type of thing. And people are saying that the indicators are not looking good. Stark contrast with her being newer. Someone like Malice has fewer fans, but they're older fans, just with deeper pockets. However, Anya's fans seems aren't spending a lot of money on her. So the indication is that she's not making a lot of money. She has nearly 3 times as many subs on her old channel as she does with FaZe. She doesn't have any day job. She's like living with family in Puerto Rico. Cost of living being below a lot cheaper than the mainland. She has to give probably around half of her revenue to FaZe Connect. Not because phase is predatory, but because that's just the general Western thing when it comes to most agencies. Honestly, at this point, Nyana is at least considering a return to her PL, but keep in mind, it's also entirely possible she made the change to her bio on impulse while in a bad mood and won't follow through on it. So yeah, it's possible. It could be that just people stopped watching her for whatever reason because they wanted Nyana Banyanya and Anyabis, which is a good sign. Sometimes scroll through the look at the numbers as I'm weird like that, and she just doesn't stream much. That's one thing I've been noticing personally. Among the FaZe Saga members, it seems that she streams less than everyone else, which means, of course, less exposure to the algorithm, less exposure to being pushed, that type of thing. And find the fact that her subs are above Madison Xenon already, purely a product of her fans transferring in large numbers. They seem to have largely fallen off since her debut due to her sparse schedule and other reasons. 59 streams around 5 months. Madison had 152 in 8 months. Xenon had 179. Most of her streams also seem to be on the shorter side, neither here nor there. But yeah, it seems like people have the whatever reason they joined, whatever reason they subbed, it has affected them and they're no longer a part of it. And to take a look at Anya Nyabis' YouTube channel, let's take a good look at that right now. Taking a look at the live. She has streamed a bit. She streamed last time 2 hours and 40 minutes a couple days ago. She's actually doing a bit more recently. She's been doing a lot more recently because she went from 3 weeks to 9 days, and then recently she's been doing a lot more. So maybe she's seeing that her numbers aren't doing so well and that she needs to start, putting in a little bit more recent stuff. So she gets around 2.7k, 2.9k, sometimes 10k when she has some collabs there, but her numbers aren't as big as they could be, or as you would see Nyana Banyanya had when she was available. This is the last little bit that I'm going to show you guys. And Nyana Banyanya in her lives had much bigger numbers, I think. Yeah, she had 14k, 9k, 86k in some cases, 8.9k. When it's not big things like important announcements, etc., she has around 10k, and that is the difference that she's looking at when it comes to having. Well, she doesn't even have the same amount of subscribers, to be honest, but those numbers can be scary for people. You guys let me know what you think about this, of course, in the comments down below. And for people who are wondering what was going on with Anya, to make people wonder why, what is going on, that she's going to be, doing what she's going to be doing. It says, today's been a sad day. Can you pray for me, please? So this is kind of like a little bit of a beginning of what ended up happening with what I did in the rest of the video. Sorry, this is a little bit of the editor Salvi coming in, as I tend to do. Ooh, subliminal messaging. Follow the squirrel. Subscribe to the squirrel. This is not a psyop. This is just me being a dumbass. Ooh, subscribe. There was a warning about danger with Vshojo during Anime Expo, and we're going to take a look at that because one of the former C-level executives of Vshojo was at Anime Expo. And we're taking a look here. Warning for all AX attendees. Mountain Dew is there in person. Just saw some tweets about him being in AX this morning. Wanted to give a fair warning to all. For all those who don't know, he used to work at Vshojo and was called out for his creepy behavior, both offline and online. He once tried to force Tobbs to do, illicit substances at a party. He might worry if Aethel sees his butt. And then here we go with Mountain Dew. Saying here, I can't believe I've been doing this con for 10 years. Hentai comment here. Love you, Mountain Dew. Some people love them. Some more than enough people, I think, don't. Luckily, not a lot of people saw it, but it is a danger to people. At least people were saying it was a danger to people. Wonder if Gunrun is there too. He owes a lot of money. I take a special kind of brain dead for him to show at an event where people he screwed over, are doing meet and greets and whatnot. Not saying he's smart, but that monumentally dumb, especially he's a known face. Yeah, the dude showed his face at public event. VTuber fans, he's liable to get effing. Yeah, I hope not. I hope he doesn't get actually hurt, but a lot of people don't like him. Forgot who, but I think it's a VTuber concert event. They saw Gunrun delivering food to it, and says not as easy to figure out. He's mid-6, 1-ish blonde, always wears a flu mask with a happy face on it. I used to be a fan of the guy before he managed Vshojo doing his gacha content. So imagine how betrayed I was when I got read that Phantom went through, and how much mismanagement happened at the company. 6'1", mid-sized. Am I a midget? Was thinking the exact same thing. That's mid-sized. Damn, I'm effed. That's what people are focusing on there. He claimed to be unaware of how everyone of the VTubers were being scammed by Gunrun, despite the company being COO, Chief Operating Officer. He must have known Gunrun's offer to finance Mint's idol group was a sham, considering they lacked the finances. You're kidding me? After discussing he's done, he's at AX. Dude shouldn't be welcome in the VTuber community at all. They're too soft on dude and worried about Gunrun and anything else, but I guess the VTuber community as a whole let him off easy. A huge majority of people in the VTubing community knows what he did. However, the majority don't know what he looks like, and only a minority of people who do know what he looks like, especially a select number of people. Thankfully, he wasn't at or near Mouse's con or streams. Hope he stays away from the girls and others. And what they're talking about Mouse is Iron Mouse had this section here, a big area at Anime Expo, the Iron Mouse wall where you could, say hi to her, and an arcade and other things like that there. It looked like an actually claw machine arcade. That's actually kind of cool. You had claw machines, you had other little area here. That's actually very cool for her to make that in that area. So they were hoping that people weren't around there. Learning what a scumbag he is, he should be barred. I don't want him or Gunrun to be anywhere near them at all. For me, those who ruined my faith and hope for a better future in the VTuber industry, and indies that broke their hearts. Yeah, he broke a lot of people's hearts. Vshojo itself broke a lot of people's hearts. And it is sad to see that the pain is still continuing because it was that bad. It was that bad of a thing that they did. Any VTuber agency company because of them. I wish that Gunrun and Mountain Dew would go to prison for what they've done. Mountain Dew, sure, but Gunrun, yeah, it's badass, but Gunrun is, from where Gunrun is, the badass he did, not legal in the country. Apologize if I sound very dumb. And it says, some people are like, who? But still, the primary thing is hoping that people weren't anywhere near the situation here with Iron Mouse. Look here, I'll say it again, Vshojo is holding her back. Look at how well she's doing as an indie. So yeah, they did hold her back, and I'm glad that that this exhibition here pretty much did really well. And it seems like, just from what I've seen everywhere, he wasn't spotted other than this section here, where he actually outed himself as being at Anime Expo. As far as I could see from what I've been able to look at, he wasn't spotted at all. But this is still a warning that, yes, people in Vshojo, they did not go to jail. They were not really shunned because some of them you don't really know their faces. So it's possible that you could still see them at these places. So just be careful, I guess, is one thing if you don't like them. Aegis Link is a US-based VTuber agency, and they have some big news, as I had covered recently. But what I'm covering now is an update to their update. They had updated recently that they had done that they are going to be having their Gen 2, their newest generation coalesce. Last time that I had covered it, previously on Dragon Ball Z type of thing, I did mention who each one of them were going to be. Join us for the incredible evening celebrating debuts of the 4 new talents at Aegis Link. Remnant will be hosting pre-debut show and will wrap up Coalesce's original song. Remnant being Triggerfish and others who are the original first generation. And you have here Erudite, Kumisa, Kururu, and Vaylin. It looks like Vaylin as well. It's all the art. The graphics are amazing. It's like a fox type of mask. The fox mask is very nice. Love it. And it is going to be on, as mentioned here, July 11th. July 11th is going to be not this weekend, but the weekend of the 4th of July. It's going to be the weekend of the 11th, so it's going to be on a Saturday. And you're going to have Eastern Daylight Time, JST, and Pacific Daylight Time as well for each one of them. And then, of course, they're going to have, in some way, shape, or form, more than likely after all of them do it, they're going to be having their, at some point in time later, a collab. It says Eru, Kumisa, Kyuru, and Vaylin, all of them, their YouTube channels. So shocked, us girls work so hard, and now almost a day. And that's Kyuru. And we have Let's Go, Aegis Link here. People are just very happy. It is a wonderful, wonderful situation for Aegis Link to have more girls on there. And these girls, remember, usually have been spending months already getting everything prepared, and months, making sure everything works properly, getting to know each other, friendships forming, that kind of thing. So I'm very glad they got to debut, finally. Doki Doki Rewind Time, it has come and gone from what it looks like. It is something that was a Dokibird, as well as Chibi Doki, and many others involved in it, as well as guests. So today we're going to take a look at the free section here, which was an hour and 25 minutes. Reason why it was an hour and 25 minutes, as you can see by me scrolling underneath, you have about an hour or so of it, an hour of just waiting, and about 20 minutes of Doki Doki rewind time here. Let's take a look here.
If you'd like to relive today, be sure to buy a VOD ticket. All right, are you guys ready?
It was a smaller venue. It was, I believe, at the same place that the other ones, like Found Futures and other ones was, which is Vermont Hollywood, a much smaller venue. But in that way, it was a much more intimate venue. They also had SPWN tickets, which was the streaming tickets. So let's take a look a little bit more.
Lastly, a fantastic reality. Let me hear you. Okay. Skater boy rocking up MTV. She calls up her friends.
So that's Dokibird doing Skater Boy. That's one of the songs. I don't know. I don't know if that's a favorite song of hers, but it's one she's known for of singing.
Can I make it any more obvious?
And shout out to the live band. Yes, you heard me. They're live right now. I mean, oh yeah, they're on both sides. Yeah, right here and there. They're real. And and Chibi Donkey's here too. She's my extra special guest, and she'll be taking over the concert midway with her own very special set list.
The more stuff, I had to raise the volume. I apologize. It was really low before.
Your arms are my castle. Your heart is my sky.
This is with Nimi. There you go. Very nice. Nimi Nightmare part of it.
Cross it, crack it, switch, update it, name it, rate it, tune it, print it,
Don't give her to do another one.
fax, rename it, touch it, bring it, pay it.
And there you go. Doing also some guitar stuff.
By the way, you can also get the streaming ticket so you can rewatch it and relive the experience over and over and over and over.
And of course, I had to skip through all of those because those are very much copyrighted. In fact, more than likely, when you see this video, I'm going to either have to remove the background music or something like that because it always gets copyright claimed. So that is big. And another big thing that I want to mention, now that we're talking about the Dokibird, she also gave away 10 tickets, 10 SPWN tickets, streaming tickets, to her fans, because she knows that not everyone is able to even pay for it, and she was able to give away 10 on the 3rd in order for people to be able to see this fully. So that is great for her. Of course, she paid it out of her own pocket. That's great to see, and I'm glad that it was a big success. This is, of course, only the free section, and I wasn't able to find anything of the other sections, so this is what we got. Appreciate you guys watching, and I hope you enjoy the rest of my pieces of news. As I had mentioned before, there's something happening with Hoshimachi Suisei. This has been in another video, but it's finally out. We have Hoshimachi Suisei with Hatsune Miku having a collab here, as you can see there. 2 Shades of Blue, enjoying a cool summer. The new Coolish and Sawa collab CM, finally premiering tomorrow, 7/3, Friday at 1800. And this is the collab with Coolish and them there with Suisei and Hatsune Miku, which are both very, very popular stars. One is a VTuber, one is a Vocaloid. But yes, a lot of people are very excited. This whole thing is here. Gonna take a look at the Latte Coolish thing. This is the Hoshimachi Suisei and Latte Coolish situation here. This is taking a closer look at the whole thing. And of course, I am going to be muting the whole thing because, well, it is, it's going to have music. It's going to have some music that is probably, there you go. There's Suisei and Miku walking out there. Kind of a little bit of 2D with the 3D stuff, with the live stuff. So, like, it's cool. I like that. So there you go. They have a song. It's actually a song. It's actually kind of cool. I kind of like it. I like it. I think it's kind of cool. I might get copyright struck by it because, you know, all these things do end up being that way sometimes. But hopefully not. And hopefully you guys can hear the song as well. This is great. This is that's why I did want to update this, because this is a wonderful collab between Suisei and Miku and the drinkable soft serve ice cream of Latte Coolish. Hololive Nights have happened, at least the first installment of Hololive Nights in Taipei, Taiwan, with the Dragons, and this is going to be there. Also with the Tianmu baseball team and Taipei Dome as well. Baseball Stadium, I apologize, but it is with the Dragons there. And they are, of course, having... This used to be something that was in Los Angeles before, and now it is a part of the Weichuan Dragons. At the very least, that's what they're doing now to spread across Asia. Here we go with the a bit of their the chant, the cheer.
Stand up and put your hands up. Dance together with the cheerleaders. Mina, どこまでも飛んでいけ。目指せ、ホームラン連発。我们是北川王，必ず優勝を手に入れます。
That was cute. That was a chant there. Hololive taking over the stadium screen. Let's go. The absolute cutest cheer performance ever. Love to see it. And this is them getting together with baseball teams and doing something like this for the community. Love it.
Do face tracking and stuff directly through Vikatsu, which is how Kaison's original VTuber model
Oh man,
was
that's
made.
back in the day.
And there was also, I'm blanking on her name, but there was like another girl. She was Japanese. I think she had like pink hair and like a green dress or something. And she was one of like the early Japanese streamers that began like pandering to the EN market back when there wasn't a lot in the EN market, and so she got decently popular off of that. And she had a Vikatsu model. I don't know if anybody remembers her name. Ami Yamato was 2017. Yes, but there wasn't a sizable.
And here's the thing. Everyone has their things. Like I'm just a 3D dumbass, but I would be a Live 2D dumbass. I'd be a dumbass whatever form that I had, whether it be Live 2D, 3D, whatever it is. I got lucky enough that I was able to create my model in the Vroid and get it rigged and get it 2.0'd eventually with people in Vroid. It was great to get it done, but I'm still that dumbass that's looking for his nuts on the 4th of July, apparently. Thank you guys for watching as always, and of course take a look, and if you enjoy everything, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification icon, all those things that YouTube asks of you. Really do appreciate you. Have a wonderful day.